What it do, surprise Shawty crew? This gonna be real quick. I was like, I'm finna play Would You Rather with them. Would you rather? In my kitchen, there is this piece of decor that I got when I lived in the apartment, and it says, walk by faith, not by sight. So that's the would you rather this morning. Would you rather walk by faith or walk by sight? Now let's break it down just a little bit. If we were to choose to walk by sight, we would probably feel like we were in more control and we would probably be more comfortable. You know, like, okay, I can kind of see how that would play out. Like, okay, I'm gonna go over there. However, when we choose to walk by faith, okay, that's when it is more uncomfortable and you truly typically can't see anything like with your physical eyes or in the physical, right? This has been marinating because if you watch my Instagram story, yesterday I had shared Darius Daniels and he was saying like, we have like these eyes, our physical eyes give us sight, but the eyes of our heart give us vision. And y'all remember that word I did, open the eyes of my heart, Lord? So when we choose to walk by faith, that's really the eyes that we're choosing to see from, the eyes of our heart. Once we've given our hearts to God, right? Like the God-given vision that we have, we're choosing to walk in faith, even though we can't see anything in the physical, right? But like my heart knows go this way. My heart is in step with Jesus. My heart is following Katie, the Holy Spirit, right? So would you rather, and it doesn't matter what area in our lives, would you rather walk by faith or walk by sight? Now, here's the other part. When we choose to walk by faith, although it's really hard taking that journey, walking by faith means you choose to believe like, hey, it's going to be like on some other side of the rainbow type of stuff over here, right? And when we think about that, that really is Ephesians 3:20. But even if we go back the other side of the rainbow, that implies some storms. That implies some rain, right? That implies like a season, right? And you might be having to walk in what feels like the dark during that. But when you get to the other side of the rainbow, that's when he's done more than you could ever imagine, more than you could ever ask for, hope, or pray. And that's not the end result of walking by sight. When you walk by sight, it's usually because you can see the end. So if it's something that you can see, it's not going to be above and beyond. Thank you, Holy Spirit. It's not going to be more than you could have asked for or hoped for or imagined because you chose the path where you could see how it played out. Do y'all get what I'm saying? So would you rather walk by faith or walk by sight? And when things get really hard for me, I choose to walk by faith. Last thing, okay, I think the fear piece gets me a lot. Like, yeah, no. And I had a dream where I knew I was supposed to be running, but it was dark. And I was like, I can't see. Why would I take off running? But this other girl around me took off running. And then I realized when she started running that it was motion sensors. So sometimes if you just choose to go down the path that you might not can see down physically, but you know your heart is leading you that way. You know Jesus is leading you that way. The Holy Spirit is leading you that way. And then it lights up when you go in that direction. But for a lot of us, we'd be too scared to even go in that direction because we can't see. It's unknown. It's uncertain. Not realizing that if we would just go that way, then it lights up. Then we can see. And now the vision has expanded and the vision has increased. But instead of thinking, because this is how I'm going to end this, instead of thinking like fear, because it is unknown, it is uncertain, let's try to use the word exhilarating, because I am the person at the amusement parks, because I told y'all I ain't like no thrill seeker. It ain't in me, right? I'm the person that's like, I'm so nervous I'm finna throw up. Like, it don't even gotta be amusement parks. It could be anything exciting, anything new for me. Like, now my stomach hurting, like, and usually we equate that to fear. But just what if we shift right there in our thinking, and instead of us being afraid, we just know that it's exhilarating, meaning it's intense, meaning it's exciting, meaning there are some unknowns, meaning this might be a little wild, but instead of me choosing fear, I'm going to choose exhilarating, because I know that Jesus is with me. I know that God is with me. I know that the Holy Spirit is with me. And so that guarantees that Ephesians 3:20 on the other end of whatever this may be. Hello, if you saw my Instagram reel, it was about a guarantee. And so I know if I take that path, there's some type of guarantee for me on the other side, whether we talking about heaven, because I will preach. I got to choose that in this life. When I choose to walk by faith and believe in some things that I cannot see, that I cannot see, but I choose to believe in those things, right? Heaven is my end goal. Heaven is my home. It's the same thing. Whether you're talking about your love life, your finances, your dreams, your family, whatever it is, would you rather walk by faith and get to that Ephesians 3:20 end of the rainbow? Or would you rather walk by sight and you're going to get exactly what you can see? I love y'all. See y'all in the next upload.